Hello everybody and welcome back. First of all, I want to say sorry about the technical glitch last week. I said I'll put it out on Sunday and it actually came out on Monday, but it was just a big technical palaver. Like, I actually realised how bad I am with technology because of that, but we made it and we're here again, and that's all that matters. So if you have not watched last week's video, make sure you go and watch it. It's just a little intro to who I am and where I am. And if you haven't subscribed, go and press the subscribe button now. So I'm basically back. I've done my first-ish week of inductions and all of that, and it's been like really crazy, really intense, really busy. I've already met like some hilarious people, some fun people, some good people, and it's just been good vibes, you know. But a little bit more about that in the next video. But in this video, just to kick things off, I'm going to do the get to know me tag, just so that you can know a little bit about the person whose video you're actually watching. So I'm basically going to answer some questions that people have suggested to me. I didn't just pick random questions out of the air that I like, but people have suggested for me to answer, just so you can know a little bit more about me. So, where do I come from? Well, I was born and raised in London, but my roots, my background, the core of where I am from is Ghana. Big up all the GH babes and GH people out there. You know, you're a big deal. You're a black star. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Probably... I really don't like that question. In fact, I actually really dislike that question. Yeah, I don't like it because 5 years... Where do I see myself in 5 years? I'll come back to that question at the end. I need some time to think. What's your household chore? Now, if you watched the last video, then you would have heard my mum saying that the reason why she'll miss me is because there'll be no one to do the washing up. So my favourite household chore isn't washing up, but my household chore is washing up because I have to do it by force. I think it's a thing about being the youngest. You know, when you're the youngest, everyone else cooks, mum cooks, sister cooks. But I'm the washer-upper. You know, even at my big age when I can actually chop an onion and I can, you know, throw it in the oil and nothing's gonna burn me. Like, I'm cool, I can cook, it's fine. They're still like, no, don't worry, we'll do it. And then I'm the one that has to wash up. Yeah, it's not cool, but what can I do, you know? Who are my biggest inspirations in life? That's also another hard question because many people inspire me. Like, so many people inspire me. Even people that don't necessarily do like massive things, people that just do really little things in life inspire me. Like, people who are always really like happy and really loving and really caring, like people like that inspire me. But my biggest inspiration, I'd have to say, is probably my mother, just because she is like one of the most hard-working women that I've ever met in my entire life. I say met as if she isn't my mum, but she values hard work so much. Like, no matter where you come from, no matter what you have, no matter what you don't have, like, working hard will get you somewhere. And she's basically passed that ethic on to me and my siblings. So yeah, I rate my mum still. She's a good woman. What jobs have I had in my life? Okay, well, I started working the week after I turned 16 because I want to hold it down for myself. So my first job was at Superdrug, and I worked there for 1.5 years on the minimum of most minimum wages that one could possibly get. As in, I was getting paid peanuts, so, but I got paid every week. So, you know, every week I have a little extra cash. I used to work on the cosmetics aisle so I can get discount on cosmetics and eyeliner, mascara, you know, all of it. It was fun. Actually, no, it really wasn't. But you know, it's cool. I worked there for 1.5 years. And then after that, I worked in Urban Outfitters for a year, and that was fun. That was fun. The people were jokes. Like, shout out everybody who worked in Urban Outfitters with me. Marble Arch OGs, yeah. You see that store, Marble Arch, Oxford Street? We opened it, yeah. It was us. So if you go in there like, oh, this is nice, remember that we were the ones that put in the hard work. And then I stopped in my last 6 months of A-levels, and after that I did an internship for 6 weeks, and then after that I worked in Banana Republic in Covent Garden for 6 weeks, and then I went to uni, and then what did I do after that? Then I worked in my school, Laurie Trade, my old secondary school, for until they finished the end of term, which was 3 weeks. And then I worked in Bill's restaurant. Let me tell you about Bill's. It was not really about Bill's, about me. Yeah, there's a lot of things that, you know, I'm a trier. I like to try things, you know, why not try it out? I am not a waitress. These people will be expecting me to hold plates here, everywhere, and they want me to be running around. I need to remember to put the main in hold for dessert. Go and press. I'm not about it. It's not me. I was terrible at the job. I know I was. But you know, lasted for 6 weeks. Then I went back to school, as in back to work in school. And then after that, in my second year, I did an internship at PwC over the summer. And then the Christmas before that, I worked at the school again. And then I think the year after that was the end of my third year. So I worked in school again. And yeah, now I'm here. Oh, and I also worked Chelsea Stadium during, I want to say, the end of A-levels, the summer, and first year, like when I was back on holiday and stuff. Basically, I've had many jobs in my life so far, and I just pray to God that the jobs keep on rolling, you know. So, you know, if you need any job advice, I think I'm your girl. So the next question is, what are the 3 traits that I dislike most? Well, the 3 traits that I dislike most are, I don't like rude people. Like, I just don't like the idea of someone just being horrible. Like, you know, some people are actually just rude, and it's like, why are you being rude? Like, first of all, I don't really know you, so you don't have a reason to be being rude to me, or just being rude to other people. Like being rude is disrespectful, and you need to respect people, like, no matter what, no matter who they are, you know. Like, obviously there's certain levels people, I understand why people would lose respect for people, and sometimes it's hard to respect people for certain reasons, but I just think people should keep rudeness to a minimum. Yeah, even if you don't really like a person, or, you know, they've done you wrong, just keep the rudeness to a minimum. It's okay. Sometimes you need to kill them with kindness. What is my favourite show?
They say this is a big rich town.
So my favourite show is Power. For those of you who are not familiar with Power, what are you doing? That's all I can say. Power really gets to me. It's really weird because since I've been here, I've been quite late. Like, I'm normally on it. Like, when it comes out, I have watched it. I'm really there for the discussion. I'm okay to go on Twitter because I've watched it. I can partake in the discussion. It's not a ruiner. It's not a spoiler for me. But I haven't actually watched last week's episode. So I've been seeing a couple of things, and I've just had to, you know, I've just tried to avoid it. But Power's my number one. How to Get Away with Murder. Power's good. Power's good. How to Get Away with Murder also. You know, they're the same. They're on the same bar. Same. I really want to meet she who is Annalise Keaton, and just I would say shake her hand, like, because she's a boss. She's actually a boss. She's a bit, you know, but she's a boss. So Power and How to Get Away with Murder, my favourite show. If I had £1 million, what would I do with it? I would go to the club. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I would actually, okay, so if I had $1 million, I would, dollars, oh my gosh, I've already, look at me, I've already converted currency. I said $1 million, wow, I've changed. Damn girl. Anyway, if I had £1 million, I would pay off my mama's mortgage. I will pay off my sister's mortgage. I'll basically pay off any existing debt that resides in my family. And I would, after that, I don't know, in my head, basically, I'm really bad at conceptualizing how much, you know, like units and stuff. So $1 million, I think will stretch this far. Hopefully it would. So I'll pay off those existing things, and say if that's like not that much, I would give a portion to my mom and a portion to my sister and my brother, and then I would like half what's left and invest it in something like you know, some kind of like social community, something that I see value in, that I see helping the future generation, because you know, that's like kind of like where my passion lies, right? Something that will help with the education of, you know, people of underprivileged backgrounds, or people, you know, who aren't going to get access to the best that they can. When I say educational, not necessarily like education like books and that, but also like community, like cultural things, and you know, soft skills, and like sports and music, and like all of that kind of thing that particular people wouldn't normally get, because it really opens your mind, and it makes you a little bit more competitive. And I care about my people, so I'll do that. And then I would invest somewhere. I would buy a house. I think I'm doing too much. I think I've gone past £1 million, but I don't know. Would I buy a house? I'll probably buy a house, but I don't know if I have enough money. But let's say theoretically I could buy a house with the rest. Also give like a portion of the money to my family in Ghana, and then if I have money left after that,
I would also buy a new makeup bag, buy some hair. I would get laser hair removal. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. And I would, you know, maybe buy some new shoes, save some driving lessons. But I know I've gone past £1 million now. But you know, these are all of the things. You know, all of the items, the excess life stuff. That can wait fine, because yeah. But the first thing, all the giving, I'll do first, and investment in something.
So the next question is, what is one skill that I wish I had? So I actually wish that I could sing. Like, you know, like people who like open their mouth and you actually turn around like, damn, Gina, like, did that actually just come out of your mouth? Like, hear people that are actually amazing singers, and they'll be doing all of their riffs up and down. I wish that, you know, when people like hold their ear and their hand is now going like this, and they're doing that, they're hitting all the notes. But I wish I could do it and actually sound good, because but then at the same time, I'm quite happy that I don't, because if I did, like, you wouldn't hear my voice. I would be singing all the time. I would have to, because everybody needs to know that talent. What is my most embarrassing moment? So basically, when I was about 7, we actually had a hamster. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, Ghanaian household, we had a hamster. My mum didn't want the hamster, but we applied pressure for that hamster, and we got it. And it was very much like, you kids, you want a hamster? Take your hamster. You'll look after it. You go and buy the hamster food, whatever. She wasn't happy, but you know, we had the hamster. And the hamster's name was Bonnie, actually. Bonnie was very cute. I loved Bonnie anyway. Long story short, Bonnie's cage was in the corridor of my old house, which was quite small. My sister knocked on the door, and I thought it was a great idea if I opened the door and sort of ran away. So it was like she got scared, like, oh my gosh, you opened the door. So I opened the door, I ran, I turned around, I ran, I tripped, and I hit my head on the side of the hamster cage. And then when I hit my head on the side of the hamster cage, Bonnie came and bit my cheek like this. It's probably because I was a bit chubby. I had really big cheeks, so you know, she was thinking, it's a snack. Yeah, so I got bit by my hamster bunny, and then I had to go to school with like a plaster on my face like this, so I looked a bit like Nelly, and I was very embarrassed by it. I just remembered another embarrassing moment that I think needs to be shared with you. So as you can see, I have quite thick eyebrows. They're all mine, thank you very much. I've got quite thick eyebrows, and when I was younger my eyebrows were quite bushy. Exhibit A. So I got to an age where I was like, oh, I don't want these slugs on my face anymore. And this was in primary school. This was maybe like when I was 10 years old. So I basically saw my sister's hair removal cream, and I thought, oh, well, let me just take a little bit off the bottom of my eyebrows. So I thought, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I don't think I really knew how it worked, so I put it there, and then I went to go and have a shower. And then I think I forgot it was there. So I went like that, like I was just like washing my face like this, and sorry, the thought of it just makes me want to cry. And then I came out of the shower, and like as soon as you step out of the shower, there's a mirror. So I looked in the mirror, and I was actually like, I was shell-shocked. Me having gone like this has taken off patches of my eyebrow. Like, it wasn't not shaped, it wasn't bushed, it was literally patches on my eyebrow. And in that moment, I wanted my existence to cease. It's not even because I was embarrassed at that moment. I was scared of what my mum and my sister were gonna say. Because first of all, why am I touching my sister's my sister's stuff? Second of all, my mum will be thinking, what kind of foolishness is this? But yeah, so I did that. I was just crying. I just remember I was crying. I can't remember what exactly I did, but I was crying. I think I tried to like pencil it or something, and then my mum and my sister came home. I don't remember like any like as in getting told off. So I probably did, but I don't remember. I just remember my sister having to like kind of draw in my eyebrows a little bit. But yeah, that was high. And then I had to go to school like that. But that was highly embarrassing. Highly embarrassing. Yeah. But anyway, they grew back, and now we are smiling. The next question is, what is my favorite quote? So my favorite quote is actually a quote that I'm sure many people have actually heard, and it's by Oscar Wilde, and it is, you can never be overdressed or overeducated. And I think that's my life philosophy. It's fantastic. Well done, Oscar. What are 3 things that I say a lot? Okay, I think the thing that I think I say the most is, you're so annoying. But basically, if you're real and you really know me, you'll know that when I say you're so annoying, I don't actually mean you're annoying. I mean like, either you're just, you know when someone's so funny that is annoying, like it's just like you're being annoying is funny. Do you know what I mean? It means I love you, you're funny when I say that you're annoying like that. Unless I say it really seriously, then I actually mean you're annoying. But I'd hardly ever say that. So if I've said you're annoying, I love you. Another thing that I say quite a lot is, I say yeah a lot. Like most of the time I don't say yeah once. It's more like yeah. It's just to be like, yeah, confidence. It's the yeah. But say yeah, not once, but 6 times. And then at the end, I add 100%. So it's like, yeah, 100%. And what else do I say a lot? Probably cool. I say, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, cool. So yeah, those are the things I say the most, I think. If you think I say anything else, let me know. I like to know this. I just find it interesting to know what I look like or what I sound like from other people's. So let me know. What do I say a lot? If you know me. If you don't, then I guess after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you might pick up on some of the things that I say quite a lot. So what helps me to keep motivated? I think I do. Okay, the thing that keeps me most motivated is that I do things like lists and bubbles, like Fiona's 2017, or how to get through your second year at university, or like literally stuff like that for myself. And that keeps me quite motivated. I basically just write like my goals, the things I want to achieve, both like personally, physically, emotionally, mentally, academically, and I just sort of like write goals for the year or the term or whatever, and just stick it on my wall. I'll actually show you mine now. So this is basically like what I do. Fiona's 2017, and then I do like loads of things around it. I will read some off because I don't normally like to show, like it's always on my wall, so if you see it, you see it, but it is quite personal. But some of the things that I put on it is like this year, Fiona's 2017, one of them was challenge yourself, purposefully step out of your comfort zone. Growth begins with discomfort. Remember that. Where appropriate, say yes. And then an arrow from that says believe in yourself, and then an arrow from that says adventure, post-university adventure, start reading. So basically I don't normally like to read that much. I tried to start reading a book, but life just comes at you fast, and I really didn't finish it. But you know, hopefully when I finish this master's I can start reading for pleasure. Travel alone, abroad, study. So that, and then it says like explore, enjoy, be adventurous with like activities and experiences, and that's what I hope to do for the rest of this year. But that is quite a big one for me, because the whole stepping out of your comfort zone, like I'm so used to just doing things that I'm comfortable with, especially if you know that you're good at something, then you're just going to keep on doing it, right? Because it's like, you know, you're going to do well at it. But this year I have literally just walked out of my vicinity, the entire circle that surrounds me. I just opened the door and stepped out. I feel like I've been floating in the ocean. And obviously that all started with, you know, this application, and the crowdfund for me was the most uncomfortable thing that I've ever had to do so far in life. But it kind of proved what I was saying about how when you move out of your comfort zone, that's when like things start to happen. Like that's when life begins, and obviously that just opened another like door of life for me. So yeah, that's kind of living proof. And you know, I mean, I moved to another country on the other side of the world by myself with no family, so you know, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone now, but it's okay because I'm sure I'm going to learn so much this year. So yeah, that's basically what I do to keep myself motivated, and it has been working for 3 years. So I would highly recommend that you do the same. One of my bad habits are that I am an overthinker. My imagination is wild. Like one thing can happen and my head is now going here, there, left, right, center. I'm making connections like this, like it's circuits. Like I overthink things too much sometimes, and then sometimes I just have to think, Fiona, it's not that deep. That's another saying I say a lot. It's not that deep. Like once I've calmed down a little bit, it's not that deep. I even had to write on my Fiona 2017. Look at that. What does it say? It says, chill out. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, guys. Like, I'm the kind of person that, like, I would always tell other people, oh, you know, it's not that deep. You know, think rationally about it. But when it's me, it's blown up. It's deep. As in, it's underneath. It's gone. But yeah, I just need to remember that it's not that deep sometimes. So yeah, that's another thing I dislike about myself. I'm improving about myself, but I think it's important to, you know, love yourself for the things that you're good at, for the things that, you know, are good traits or good looks, and to acknowledge the things that you're bad at, well, the bad habits you have, and the things you need to improve. What are some of the cool or different things that you have noticed or you have learnt while you've been in, for my time that I've been in the US? So basically, one of the things, when you're not, my accent has heightened a lot in my own head, if that makes sense. Like I can hear my accent a lot more, and I sound British. I mean, I am, but like I never realized how much I did until I'm hearing people like, ooh, British, you know what I mean? So yeah, accent. We have an accent. I have an accent. Everybody has accents. One thing that I find really cool is when someone, so in some of the induction lectures I've been to, you know how like you've watched shows and they're doing poetry, and like in the poetry you're feeling it, in spoken word you're feeling it, you just start clicking like yeah. Basically, I've been in lectures and people have just been dropping like people have been dropping bombs and everyone just starts clicking. And I've just, when it first happened, I was just like, whoa. Like, I felt like I was in a movie. I was like, oh, is this happening? But I thought, you know, it's just gonna be a select group of people. It's just gonna be 1 or 2 people. But it kept on happening. Like, everyone was just clicking. I was like, yeah, I joined it. Yes. Yeah, us. So, you know, this clicking culture in lectures, I'm feeling it because clapping sometimes can be too loud. There's a lot of effort clapping. The person's still talking and you're clapping. You're just clapping over what they're saying. Don't be rude. Clicking now. Keep it short and snappy, quiet, innit? Yeah, the snapping culture is a thing. That's probably the biggest thing. But I love it. I'm gonna start doing it all the time. You ain't never gonna see me clapping again in my life. Okay, and then the last question we're gonna go for is if I had an autobiography, what would the title be? I would probably say like, I'll call it like, I don't know, man. I'm not creative when it comes to things like this. I would probably call it like the Rising of the Black Star. Fiona said the Rising of the Black Star. Yeah, I like that. But to be honest, I'll let someone else name it because I don't know. I'm not creative like that. And I'm not gonna answer the question about the 5 years because I don't know. Maybe maybe we can talk about it in another video. But you know, in the next 5 years, I see myself alive, healthy, well. I see myself happy, joyful, and successful. That's how I see myself in the next 5 years. That brings us to the end of this get to know me tag. I hope you feel like you know me a little bit more, and stay tuned for the next video drop. And if you haven't watched the other video, go and watch it now so you have some context. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go and subscribe, and have an amazing and blessed week.